Hi friends, welcome to the video, and today we're doing a 24-hour readathon, a little bit of a 24-hour reading challenge, and this is going to fit into our continuation of reading books towards the hardest reading challenge you've ever done. HRCYED for short. Here's the bingo board. So this prompt, it's called As Many As You Can in 24 Hours. The info: take a day to read as much as you can. Challenge yourself to read 3 or more, but you can use any format that works for you. So we are reading at least 3 books over the next 24 hours, and we will be picking random prompts of our many HRCYED prompts that need to be completed. At this point, so this readathon, I think technically is supposed to be completed without sleep. I can't do that. I am very sleepy and need my rest. So there's absolutely no way that will be happening, but we're gonna still try to read 3 books over the next 24 hours. It is noon today. We'll be running this until noon tomorrow. And let us quickly pick out 2 books to start. I like having 2 prompts on the go at all times, and as I'm someone who likes to switch between books quite a bit. If you can hear my cat meowing in the background also, it's he just had dental surgery and he's very upset that I'm not currently sitting with him, which I'll be doing as soon as I finish filming this. So let's pull out 2 prompts, pick some books, and then dive into this readathon. All right, we'll grab this one. Let's see what this says. Oh my god. Let's see what this says. Avatar water. Okay, let's find the description. So all these prompts in the jar correspond to, just in general, this bingo board and a ton of prompts that I have not yet completed. There's a lot of things to read. So where is it? This is the prompt, the Avatar Challenge. Long ago, the 4 nations lived in harmony. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. I need to rewatch Avatar. I really feel that lately. Now you must master the 4 elements on either covers or in titles. Okay, so I just need something that has either a water title or something on the cover is watery. So I will pick that shortly, but let's pick another book, or let's pick another prompt first. All right. We go. A rainbow pink. So we have the rainbow challenge, which is just to read books with covers of different colors, and this one is to read a pink cover. So give me 2 minutes. I'm going to pick out some books and I will be right back. Okay, I love when it's so easy for me to find things. So for water, we are going to be doing The Breakup Pact by Emma Lord. There's a very watery cover there. Perfect. It's beachy, it's watery, it's summery. Perfect. And then for pink, we are doing Heart of the Sun by Mia Sheridan. This is a very pink cover. I've wanted to read this for a bit. I think it's dystopian romance. So there we go. That is perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go dive into these and then I'll come back when I have some updates. I think if I can, I'm gonna try to focus on romances for this video because they at least like read very quickly. Like if nothing else, they read quickly, and I'm really hoping that we can do more than 3 books in this and just like jump through as many prompts as possible. I just want to like cross out as many things and just make so much progress on hitting like all of these HRCYED prompts. But we have started both the books. I'm halfway into both of them, and that always like makes me so happy. It is 4 p.m. now, so we're like 4 hours in. So 53% into The Breakup Pact. We are basically following 2 people. Both of them have been broken up with recently in ways that went really viral on social media. And they're also, these 2 people know each other. Like they used to be friends, they used to maybe be romantically involved, but they at least like know each other. And our female main character, she, like her boyfriend at the time went on to this reality TV show and then broke up with her in a way that I think like her crying face, her crying reaction went intensely viral. And yeah, now to kind of get back at their exes, these 2 people who were both broken up with in crazy ways decided to start dating and do a like kind of take back their power. I've read from Emma Lord before, so I kind of thought I'd like this one would be better than it is, but I'm really not enjoying it. I'm really tempted to DNF it, and honestly I think in a normal situation I would, but now that I'm this far in, I just want to get it done for this prompt. If I wasn't reading it for this readathon, I think I absolutely would DNF it. It's just doing nothing for me. I'm finding it very boring. I'm finding it very uninteresting, and unfortunately, our other book, Heart of the Sun, kind of the same vibe. So this is one to be fair, I haven't heard fantastic reviews about, but I was really, really interested in the premise, which it's kind of post-apocalyptic, where this EMP hits Earth and basically wipes out all communications and I guess just power in general, all technology. So we're following two characters who, they used to be childhood friends. They've recently been reunited, and when this EMP hits, they were in a plane that then crash lands, and now they are wandering through the wilderness trying to get their way back to society and potentially walk across the country to get home. That premise sounds so incredibly interesting to me, and that is what like really made me excited to read this. But so far the emphasis has been so melodramatic, and like it has been primarily on their relationship and just how they feel for each other while they're walking, and it's not really getting as much into this like apocalyptic vibe that I was hoping it would be. I was hoping it would be a really interesting exploration of what the world is like now that there's no technology, and it's hinting at that, but it's also like really, really not getting quite as intense into it as I hoped it would. So I'm hoping, like I'm 60% into it now. I'm hoping that that will pick up a little bit more, and as we keep going that it might be more interesting, but so far it's kind of boring. Okay, it's first thing the next morning. I ended up getting a little derailed last night. Plans changed and didn't film any updates. It was like actually a great night. I went over to my friend's house for a barbecue. It was wonderful. And then we also had to do some appliance shopping. There's this whole drama going on right now, which basically our washing machine broke and we are having the hardest time ever finding a replacement, because it got to this point where like it's the same part that keeps breaking and it's no longer manufactured, so we have to buy it from a third party, and it just ends up costing way more than it's worth it. So we're buying a new washing machine. Last night found out we needed to get a new dryer also, which is so annoying because we thought we were all good. And yeah, that's just the slight drama in my life. We're also actually starting very, very soon some renos on the house. So it is just a lot of trips to Home Depot and a lot of just trying to sort out what's going on. But yeah, last night it was good. It was good. It was just appliance shopping and then barbecue at my friend's place, and I did do some reading. I just like didn't update on anything, and like I said, it's like first thing in the morning right now. I'm gonna go shower, get ready, and I should have just enough, hopefully. I don't know if I'll finish 3 books. I don't know if I'll actually do that today, but I do have like just enough time this morning that just enough time to get ready, do some filming, do some reading before I have to head out to a birthday party for a friend's kid. So quickly, I'll say still reading Heart of the Sun. I'm 87% in, so I am so close to being done that one. I'll talk more about it when I finish, but it's kind of boring. It's not really where I wanted to go. And then I am done The Breakup Pact by Emma Lord. So yeah, 2 people, they have these like humiliating breakups online, and it just becomes like TikTok memes. So they decide to start fake dating and kind of like get back at their exes. I don't know, it did nothing for me, and I just like really could not get into so many parts of this. The characters felt so incredibly immature, and just so like just something about them did not translate well to a relationship or just translate in any way to characters that I wanted to root for. I just really did not feel anything for them. I really thought it would be like a fun little popcorn read, a fun little beach read, and I guess in some ways it could be that. definitely probably that for some people, but for me, like, none of it hit, none of it translated well, none of it like was entertaining to me. It felt more cringy. A lot of it just felt really, really cringy and weird, and yeah, I didn't really like this one that much. But we're done. We finished a one of our books. So now I guess I need to pick another option, and I'll be done Heart of the Sun very, very soon. So do I pick 2 more? I don't know if I can realistically read 2 more. Let's just pick an option. All right. What is this one? A rainbow, gold, or silver. So just a book with gold or silver on the cover, which hopefully is relatively easy. What options? So A Far Better Thing Than H.G. Perry, that looks gold. Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez, that looks gold also. I'm just going over some of what I've checked out. And I've mentioned this before, I just always have like a million books checked out on Libby or on KU. I don't read all of them all the time, but like I'm very, very comfortable just renewing books constantly. I just like to have a ton of options out. Rune by John Gwynne, that looks silver, but there's absolutely no way I'll be able to read that in the next few hours. So I definitely need to go with something kind of romancy or thriller maybe. Let's look at Kindle. They just changed the interface of Kindle Unlimited and I'm not a fan. Now I find it really hard to like get to everything. The font on Homebound by, what is it, Lydia Hope, that's silver. That's like a sci-fi romance, which I could get into. Wanted by the Alien Raider. I don't know if I'd say that's more yellow or gold. Quicksilver, I could do literally like silver's in the title. I don't really think that would count. Spellcaster by Jamin Eve. How long is this one? Because that's very, very gold on the... Oh, that's only like 320 pages. Okay, her books are pretty quick reads, and I think that this is a magical school. Yeah, I like her books quite a bit, and they're fairly quick reads. So I think I'll go with that one, Spellcaster by Jamin Eve. So I'll start on that one, and I have to finish off Heart of the Sun. I can do that. I do need to go shower right now too. We'll do that. Yeah, maybe we will not fully finish the 3 books I had intended to for this video, but we will get close, and I will come back in to update, and maybe I'll just end off this video actually when all 3 are done. That could work because we do have a friend's kid's birthday party to go to this afternoon, and it is a fairly long drive to get there. But that's like an hour. So I could read in theory in the car and probably have this all done very quickly. Yeah, okay. I need to stop procrastinating. I need to go shower and get going with my day. We have coffee number 2 of the day. We just finished book number 2, and I have showered. And I feel like at this angle, you can see so many more of the boxes from the upcoming renos that we have. This is a sink that we are replacing our current one with because we're going to be redoing a bunch of the cabinets in our kitchen, and we're installing a dishwasher, which we don't have, and I'm really excited to get one. And with that, we're redoing a bunch of the cabinets. We're putting a new island in, doing new countertops, and a new sink. So here is just part of the accumulation of things. And that one's a fan because I was cold yesterday. But yeah, with all of that, we have showered. I'm actually feeling a little bit more alive. Not gonna lie, so last night at my friend's, I did have a few drinks, which I like almost never drink anymore. I do have like usually a pretty standing like 10 or most Fridays I go out with some of my friends and we have like Friday night drinks, and it like does not take much for it to affect me now, and also doesn't take much for me to feel hungover. Actually, no. If I drink beer, which I did last night, I feel hungover, and I do feel a little groggy this morning. So before, all the coffee and everything, I was definitely feeling a little rough. But let's talk about Heart of the Sun, which I'm really disappointed in. I really thought that this would be so much more fun because I am really into dystopian, post-apocalyptic, all of these things. And this general story of an EMP hitting the world, and because it's, I think maybe not an EMP, but they said like solar flares that impacted the infrastructure and all the power systems in the world. That happened. This general story, I love seeing what happens as society collapses. This one, just so boring. So I'd say like 80% of this book, maybe a bit less, maybe 70, because there was like a bit of world building before everything happened. But the vast majority of this book was, there was a plane crash. As the solar flare hit, a plane crash, our main character survived it and then just started a walk through nature, through crumbling ruins of society, trying to get back home. And the book was pretty much just them walking and them trying to grapple with their feelings for each other, because they were childhood friends. They were now working together and trying to realize or come to the conclusion that they feel things for each other. I just feel like the focus was so boring because, like, again, most of it was walking, most of it was them just thinking about their relationship with each other, and there were so many other things I would have loved to see this focused on. I find also, like, with books like this where society's falling apart, there's a little bit more of a horrific nature to it. You see some like terrible things, people doing horrible things, and there's like light little mentions of that, but I don't feel like it actually dove into it as much as I like. I'm thinking of like The Stand, where society crumbles and the absolute worst natures of people come out, and I find that really interesting to see. And there was just like a little like things here and there, but nothing was actually like dived into. Yeah, so it was like the romance, not very interesting, and having that be the center focus of the book, very boring. And then the survival aspect was very glossed over. It was really just them walking, and they come across people here and there, but there wasn't a lot of, like, even though there was things happening, none of it felt like deep tension. You never felt scared for our characters. You never felt like there was really like intense moments happening. And one thing I just discovered while perusing online, and I don't like this. So apparently this was in the acknowledgement letter, which I did not read, but the author said that the idea / outline of the story was crafted by a team, and she was asked to write a story for it. I don't like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it also just really, like, I think maybe that is part of the issue, where it didn't feel like there was any heart in this story. It didn't feel like there was any excitement or attempt to craft something interesting. Yeah, it felt like it really, the effort was not put in, and I'm not feeling much for it. I think I'm probably gonna give it 2 stars. I didn't enjoy. I'm pretty disappointed in this one, actually. But yeah, with that one, that's done. So now I'm gonna move on to, I guess, finishing off Spellcaster / starting it, because I've read like 2 pages. That doesn't really count. But I'm gonna move on to starting Spellcaster and trying to get that done. All right, I'm coming in the next day. I did not update a single thing yesterday after we finished, but I finished reading our final book, Spellcaster. I just like had no energy last night, and like I read it a bit in the morning and then on our way to this friend's party, and then we were there like all day, so I had no energy by the time I got home to update. But yeah, we're done Spellcaster by Jamie and Eve. I am gonna so quickly talk about this one because like it was short. I really liked it. I will say I really enjoyed it, but at the same time I don't want to like update, I don't want to say too many things about it because it was a relatively short book. But basically we're in the world of witches and stuff, witches, magical creatures, and we are following a young woman who gets accepted to this prestigious like witch university, and goes in and basically starts learning about her magic. She comes from like a family of witches that are like very well known, and she is just trying to learn about herself, learn where her affinities lie, and also starts learning about these like rivalries and problems that her family have within the magical community. I really enjoyed it. I think that this was like a really fun book. Like magical school, magic users, some monsters and enemies to lovers, like so many things that I really liked. And I'm giving it 4 stars. I don't really have too much else to say aside from that. It wasn't like anything that exciting or that original or had that many things going on, but I liked it. Like, I have none of these things are complaints about it. I thought it was pretty good. So yeah, that one 4 stars. And with that, we're done this 24-hour readathon. I'll probably be doing another one of these very soon. I have like so many prompts to get through, and I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to have a few days like devoted to just like popping off on some prompts. But thanks for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, would love if you'd consider subscribing, and I'll see you in a video very, very soon.